Ramadan is one of Islam's 5 pillars. During the month, Muslims dedicate themselves to spiritual exercises, including fasting and praying. To ensure full participation, some state governments closed down schools. They include Kebbi, Kano, Katsina, and Bauchi states. According to a statement from the Katsina State Hisbah Board, the directive is to allow pupils to fully observe the religious exercise. However, that decision has drawn criticism from some clerics.
I see it as political. I'm sorry. If you know the history of fasting in Islam, they might be saying, yes, there is heat, but the heat here cannot be as hot as Saudi Arabia.
So these are ideas.
So these are
schools.
Closing school. To me, I'm not part of it. I actually don't believe in it. It doesn't speak well of Islam.
Look at the gap of the school dropout and the failure of our students, even in some of these particular states, compared to our brethren in the southern part of the country. We are struggling to catch up with them. And now you are saying that we want to keep them at home. Children who are supposed to be working hard to make sure they catch up with the educational curriculum, we want to destroy it.
For those concerned, the academic calendar has already been altered to accommodate the closure.
Going by the academic calendar given to us, the government has carefully taken care of the 2 weeks that have been cut off in the next term, that is in the third term. Instead of we're spending maybe 14 weeks or 13 weeks in the third term, the government has provided 16 weeks.
By next term, the calendar is a little bit altered, so which will have like 16 weeks in third term. So some schools are planning to, conduct the exam and probably the revision in the first 2 weeks.
During the Ramadan, you discover that the teachers, the students are not actually picking up. They don't learn much because since they are fasting, and you find out that some of the teachers some will even after suhoor, they will sleep off. Some will come late and things like that.
Kano, Katsina, Bauchi, and Kebbi are among states with the highest numbers of out-of-school children in Nigeria. According to data from the National Mass Education Program Initiative, Kano has 1.89 million, Katsina 1.4 million, Bauchi 1.3 million, and Kebbi 1.06 million children out of school. There are concerns that the decision will further impact on child's development in these states.
I know for a fact, that UAE is doing 6 hours a day during the Ramadan fast. They're not shutting down. So why are we shutting down? And if we're not going to make it up, then we're going to be pulling ourselves back a little further than we are right now.
Nevertheless, the federal government maintains that the states are within their rights to close the schools under the provisions of the 1999 Constitution.
You have the other part of our Constitution that puts on this education specifically on concurrent list. That means the states have the right to do what they want to do. If some states decide that this is what they want to do during this month of Ramadan, there's nothing federal government can do to stop them.
Despite the criticisms, the affected states maintained that the schools will remain closed for the spiritual exercise.